My name is Jessica. This is my first video ever. So I'm gonna fumble around a lot. Um, I am 35 years old. I just had my first baby. He's a boy, uh, Brogan, and um, he was born at 37 and a half weeks because I had gestational hypertension, which is basically like high blood, like really high blood pressure. So they have to induce you in order to uh, not have you have complications. So he was born at 5 pounds 13 ounces, and he is the love of my life. The love of my life. I currently suffer from PCOS and bipolar disorder. So, um, and I have type 2 diabetes. I know it's a lot. Oh my God. But I think since, okay, so my journey to have my son, uh, we started, I'm 35, so, and he was conceived when I was 34. Uh, and we started trying to conceive when I was, um, 32? Yeah, 32. It was right after my grandma passed away. Uh, I remember that. And then I remember being like, I want to have a baby now. Yeah. So that's when we started trying in November of 2017. And, or no, November 2016. Yeah. And the first month we tried, I got 2 positive clear blue digital tests that said pregnant. Went to the doctor, was not pregnant, was so upset because I was like, it's happening on the first cycle. Oh my God. And then it took us 2 years and 2 months after that to conceive him. So, yeah, he was conceived in, or no, I found out I was pregnant in January of 2019. So, yeah. And I have PCOS, and I did not know that. Well, no, I did know that. I knew I had PCOS. I didn't know I wasn't ovulating until like a year into trying. So in like January of 2017, I got like tested, and they said I wasn't ovulating, and so I went on Clomid, which is a fertility medication, and uh, that the 50 milligrams of Clomid, which is like the lowest dose, didn't work. I didn't ovulate on that. And so then they upped it to 100 milligrams of Clomid. And I did ovulate on that twice, and I didn't get pregnant. So they took me off of the Clomid because they said there wasn't anything that their office could do. So they referred me to a fertility specialist. That's when I found out that I had diabetes, and they said that everything else was fine. Everything else looked good. My egg quality was good and everything, and I'm basically completely healthy, but I have diabetes type 2, and my sugars were out of whack, so they said they couldn't put me on any fertility medications. They were going to put me on Fermera, but they couldn't put me on any fertility medications, and I couldn't get any fertility treatments because I had diabetes. So I was really, really upset about that. So then I went to my family doctor, got on metformin, 2,000 milligrams a day, and 3 months later I got pregnant with my son Brogan. Yeah. So I think it was the metformin that helped because I don't know how I did that on my own. But I did. And now I have a beautiful little baby boy. But yeah, so that's kind of like our story about how we conceived Brogan. Um, Brogan's birth story is oh, so crazy. He, so when I was diagnosed with gestational hypertension, they came in pretty quickly and said that I was going to be induced, and I was not prepared for that at all. And I started crying, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And then um, they took me to the actual birthing suite uh, instead of the triage, the labor and delivery triage. They took me to the actual birthing suite. Had to get like some kind of, I know this is all like really TMI, but if you're pregnant or if you're going to be pregnant, you're going to go through this maybe. So, um, so they put some kind of balloon up into my cervix and put saline in there and to dilate me. And then, so I dilated to 3 centimeters on that. And then, to make a long story short, 20 hours into my labor and 2 failed epidurals, I was pretty much at my breaking point when they told me that I was going to have a C section because the baby's heart rate was dipping and um, the heart rate was dipping and the I wasn't dilating past 4 centimeters, like, and it had been 20 hours, and they were like, okay, enough is enough. We're gonna do a C-section on you. So I did a C-section, and that happened really quickly. Like within 10 minutes, I was in the operating room, and then the it all happened within an hour. He was born an hour later, pretty much. So yeah, or he came out. He came. Well, it was probably like a half hour later because it took like a half hour to close me back up and get the baby ready and stuff. So yeah, but he was born at 5 pounds 13 ounces, completely healthy, completely beautiful, and completely like my entire world. So yeah, that was Brogan's uh, kind of like the birth story. Hold on. I also wanted to mention. I think I did mention that. I suffer from bipolar type 1 disorder, and I'm probably going to be talking about stuff that has to do with that because, uh, especially when you're pregnant, because um, it's really hard to be bipolar and be pregnant. Uh, I had to go off all my medications, um, and I was doing really good before I got pregnant. So sorry, my dad just texted me. And I was doing really good before I got pregnant, and then I went off all my medicines, and by the third trimester, I was ready to kill myself. Not literally kill myself, but like I was ready to get back on my medicine. But so yeah, so I'm gonna be talking about stuff like that because it's really hard to deal with. Um, but yeah, I have to keep. And yeah, and basically, my channel is just gonna be dedicated to trying to conceive my second baby. I just had my first period after giving birth, and I know it's crazy, right? Like, you should take a break, but I'm 35, and if it takes 2 years again or longer, I want to have the baby before I'm 40. So we're just trying early because we know it might take a while. So, yeah. And basically, I'm going to be doing pregnancy testing and OBK testing. OBKs are ovulation predictor kits that predict when you're ovulating, and my Glow app tells me, or not my Glow app, sorry, my Flow app. I have Glow too, but it's not very accurate for me. Um, I have Flow, uh, and Flo said I'm going to ovulate on the 25th. So, hopefully I do. It was right last time, so hopefully it's right this time. So I'm going to ovulate on the 25th. So I'm pretty much going to document everything because I want my kids to see this and I want them to see how they were conceived and the birth and their birth and everything. I want them to just be able to see it and experience their mom doing it. So yeah. Uh, so basically that's it. Oh, and I also have a crazy dog named Bosco. He's a yellow lab and he's a year old and he's a puppy and he loves our baby, but he's a spaz. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there for any dog lovers like me. Um, so yeah, uh, I think that's it. Please join me on my journey to trying to conceive my baby number two. Um, Next week is my fertile week, so I'm gonna be starting. So yeah, that's exciting. So anyway, yeah. So I guess that's it. So I'm gonna go. So I hope everyone enjoyed this. I know it's my first video, so I know it's kind of fumbly and weird, and I'm blubbering around. So I'm just gonna go. Okay, bye. Mwah.